once again, the audio is cut off, but there was some gold really said, so we just want to repeat some of the stuff because we've never heard it before. So take it away.
Oh, okay, so basically I'll intro it and Peter will share the part that he really just solidified it. We'll just talk about the negative part about the protector provider framework and how a guy will chase that pressure.
The pressure is getting worse.
What I was saying is, in today, especially through feminism, which isn't a bad thing, feminism is very wonderful. We're all feminists by nature. If you want equality of rights, you want your women to be treated equally, of course. But just the feminist narrative has overemphasized some of the negative things. And what I was saying to them was, like before when I asked Thelma, hey, do you find security in your man? And she said, yeah. Do you want to feel secure in your man? She said, actually, yeah. I don't want to be dating a dude who's making lower than me. I want a guy who's making higher than me. Even if I'm making a certain amount, I want a guy who's making higher. And even the conversation about a man chasing that, right? What women don't, I guess, haven't really thought about is the part where a guy wants to be your security, wants to be your anchor of, she feels safe around me. And what I was saying was, you know, the working class and the middle class will make up the majority of society, right? And these are blue collar jobs, white collar jobs, where you know, guys like, you know, like tradies waking up 4 a.m. to go put bricks down and come back home to his wife and make up all this money just to do all these long hours to come back home to be a provider. I don't think that average guy is going to that job going, man, I can't wait to impress this woman. Like, he's going there like, no, babe, I've got this. I'll go out in this world and compete and be ugly to go get us some money to bring back to you. I'll be the guy I'll be that, you know, the security, the anchor. I want to be that for you. I want to chase that. Because also a lot of dudes feel like, if it feels something in them as a man, like I know personally, I do. If I want to personally go and make a certain amount of money so that I can come back to the wife and say, hey, don't worry, wifey, I got us. You know what I mean? And but what comes with that is a certain dynamic inside the household. Linda brought up a point saying, oh no, but it doesn't always have to be like that. And then Peter solidified it with this clean example.
This is a stage.
So my example was that we got a coach and he sets out a program for...
Oh, hold on. Let me say what I said before your example.
Okay,
to provide context.
go ahead.
Because I said sometimes it's a matter of you having that role doesn't necessarily mean my voice is diminished or that my voice doesn't have value. Because you can say, oh, I'm the head of the household, but to me it should be equal. You should create the space where I still have a voice, I'm still important, I still have value, and I should have a say. And then you said...
Yeah, so I was saying it's not that your voice doesn't have value or it doesn't have a say. Your input and your feelings will be taken into consideration, and they will have an impact on the decision, but they're not the be or end of the decision. And the example that I was using is that if you have a coach and he sets out a program for like Division 1 athletes and Division 2 athletes, if you're a Division 1 athlete, you're not just going to deviate from the program and say, I want to do this session, but I'm not going to do this session. Because from that point on, he's going to be like, oh, you're not part of the program anymore. And in the same way, if some of those athletes that are in the Division 1 are like, oh, this certain thing is killing us, then that coach is going to take that into input and take that into consideration when he's making his decision and be like, you know what, maybe we might not do weight training on a Wednesday because obviously it's having a negative impact on the athletes. And that's him still doing his leadership role, but taking the concerns and taking everything that the athletes are saying into consideration. And that same example applies in a relationship and a marriage perspective, because he's still had the final say, but he's taken the concerns into consideration and made a decision that, you know. So
it's the type of leadership, not authoritative, or what's the different type of leadership they say?
Yeah,
it's not a dictatorship.
It's not a dictatorship,
right?
Yeah.
You're still like the head, or you're still the leader, but in that title, but it's still a democracy, if that makes sense. But you just bring through the finals, not democracy in that every part is equal, if that makes sense, but that every part is equal, but someone still has to take the lead, if that makes sense. Because even in a democracy, yes, we all have a voice, but someone still has to drive it through home. You know what I mean?
And what I was saying as well was, when guys chase that, I was saying to the girls, there's a lot of bum dudes out there. The guys who are chasing the status of provider and protector have a lot of pressure on them, and they have a lot to meet up to. It's not like a small thing that every random dude can go get it. No, a lot of people don't make it there.
Yeah, because as well, it's for us, we have to choose. You have to be worthy. Like we talked about Ephesians 5:22 about wives submit to your husbands, and then it goes on to say husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church, and before it says wives submit to your husbands as the church submits to the Lord, right? But it's not about, wives submit to your husbands, or wives submit to anyone. It's wives submit to your husbands who are loving you the way that God loved you, to the point of dying for you. You have to be worthy of that submission, and I have to submit to someone who's worthy of that submission. Yeah. Like you said, there's bum dudes out there, or even women are like, I'm never going to submit to any guy. But if the right guy comes along, you're gonna submit.
You're gonna submit.
Even me, in my big mouth, I will shut up if it's the right guy. If you're not the right guy, keep walking. I'm gonna keep talking, yeah?
Okay,
but
we'll see. Wait, let's see.
No. But the point was, you need to be a guy, worthy of a woman's submission, because it's not something to like. One thing I said was
it's a gift.
But the negative connotation is, from there comes oppression, domination, and control. But a man's looking at it from no. I want to be the like a woman's submission is a prize. It's a gift. It's not like it's something to cherish, not something that. So what I was saying was, women today have been given the negative side only. It's oppression. The man will just do this. He'll walk all over you. And there are some ugly dudes out there. But I'm saying that a lot of dudes are chasing this, not with that in mind of, bro, I can't wait to cheat on her with 100 different. Because I want to be able to provide this for her. And with you ladies, to an extent, if you choose the provider protector guy, there are certain things that are going to come with it. Yeah, he's going to be the final decision maker on quite a lot of things.
But if you don't want that, you shouldn't choose a guy who has that mentality.
The same way that the tennis player went to the coach and said, train me.
The first it was 50.
No.
If you're going to choose the coach...
Before he was folded, now he's unfolded it.
But if you're going to give the coach the money and say, train me...
Yes,
but the point is...
When I was sitting on the camera, he was rehearsing. Anyway.
The point is, though, if you're going to choose that coach and say, coach, train me, when he says it's weights time, it's weights time. He's the coach. You made him. Women, you put this man in the position of protector provider. Now, of course, there's some ugly men out there, but I just don't like be wary of and be cautious of those horrible like behaviors and traits, but also don't blanket the whole entire group of guys who say protector provider, because quite a lot of us are like, bro, I can't wait till I can just provide for her. She doesn't have to work. I come home and provide for her.
Yeah, I still agree with that. But when I say, as well, we come back to gender roles, do I believe in traditional gender roles? I say it's modern because everybody has to do what works for their household and what works for them.
Fair.
Because me, as an outspoken, dominant woman, me being with someone like you, we're just going to clash heads all the time. And as well, if it doesn't come from a place of, I'm not doing this to oppress you, or I'm not doing this to diminish your voice, I'm doing this because you have given me this power and I believe I'm worthy of this power and I want to use this power in the right way, to me it's always just going to come across the wrong way. So it's about it's not just, I want to use this power, it's being worthy of that power and having trust that the guy's going to use that power in the right way.
Of course.
And not to abuse you
But the ladies did also acknowledge that they hadn't heard that side where a guy is doing this to provide the best for you. And I think it's kind of...
we've heard that side, but I think
you never heard us articulate it.
I was saying that I haven't.
Yeah.
It's more the negative side of he's doing it to oppress you, and it's like, submission this, do that.
And that's the narrative. That's just the narrative.
But to me, I hadn't heard the side of you want to be worthy of my submission. I had never heard that said. I've heard the perspective, oh, I want to provide for you, I want to do this for you, I want, you know, to be your protector or secure you.
You
I've heard that side,
worthy
but
of
I've
it,
never heard a guy say, or a guy who has that provider protector mentality say, you submit to me because I'm worthy of your submission. I'm becoming a person worthy of your submission. I've never heard a guy say that.
Yeah.
So then it comes
with a
without
lot of
that
fear.
element.
Yeah, with
Because
a lot of
as
fear.
well, the verse that we talked about, I said it's always taken out of context, saying
Yeah.
wives submit to your husbands, but no one ever says,
Guys,
hus-
you gotta be
love your
loving
wives
her like
to the
Christ
point of
loved
death,
us,
like
yeah.
Christ loved. You know, it comes. It's not, and as well, it's not.
It comes off ingenuine as well.
Yeah, so then it's not a complete picture. And as well, the way the verse is said, it's not said as, or wives submit, because it's just, that's the complete picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And it's up to the man to take everything that comes with it. What we were saying before was even, if you're the guy and you want to be that provider, you got to take everything that comes with it.
The pressure,
Part of it that comes
yeah.
with it isn't just the pressure and the decision maker and, yeah, she follows me. It's also the fact that, no, you have a duty as well. You have a
neck is on
duty.
the line if things don't go right. Yeah.
No, not just that, but you have a, like, especially as Christians, you have a biblical duty to treat that woman in a certain way. The dudes out there who just try to oppress their women, it's like, that's not what the role is. The role isn't, provider protector is, like, what I was saying was in like where you've heard of women who are abused in their homes. Like, that's not what we're thinking. Well, me personally, that's not what I'm thinking when I say I want to be provider protector. I'm thinking of doing things the right way,
But
and doing right by
that's
the
where
woman.
the narrative goes, and that's where
But
the
also,
misunderstanding is.
exactly.
Yeah.
But also, we always talk about where it went wrong. How often are we highlighting where things went well? And the example I used when the footage cut out was, I know plenty of people back home in Zim where,
Or your parents or your relatives.
Mum's at home, dad's out there at the farm, or dad's out there doing this, or the boys are out there doing this, and the women are inside the house. And now, when we come back, it's not punching bag time. It's not oppress the woman time. We're doing this to fulfill our nature in a way. And yeah, I think that's the part that just doesn't get told enough to today's women, who will then have the negative mindset of, oh, he wants to be provider protector, he wants to use me, do this, which is, of course, you should avoid. So.
I just as well wanted to highlight what you said about our nature as women. Like, she took out essentially the Eve's curse after sin, where he says to Eve, your husband will rule over you, and how us as women, our nature is to fight against that. And partly that's because of society and because of, like, nurture, the environment we've grown up with, but also part of it might be our nature in that that's how things are, but we don't want it to be that way. We'll try, like it says in the Bible, that we will try to resist against it, but he will always rule over us. And then I said that wasn't God's intention, though. That word helper that was used for Eve is used in the same context as God helping the Israelites. So it's not, women were never meant to be inferior.
Yeah.
It was just different roles or different duties to what, because even if we go back to the Garden of Eden, this would be a topic for another day, but it would be interesting to look at the Garden of Eden to say, where are the duties in the marriage there? It's hard because we don't have a lot to go off on that, because there's not a lot of it said there, but yeah, it's just things to be mindful of. God never made us to be inferior, but God did give certain roles to certain genders and did intend marriage to be a partnership, but within that, it's equal value but different roles.
Yeah.
Anyone have anything else to say?
I found this very educational.
Yeah, this was good.
That was nice. It's
Hopefully,
nice to
yeah.
sit back and actually listen to what you're saying, instead of just like to just
Always be on
listen
edge, yeah.
like listen
yeah.
to argue. So
Yeah.
I'll listen more. I'll listen to Peter more.
Yeah, so like Thelma said, this was very educational. I hope you guys got something from this, that you enjoyed it. If you want to see more content, obviously like, subscribe, send us a DM. Obviously I linked to these guys' Instagram, so go hit them up, go tell us what you think about the video, and don't hit him up. He's got his own YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Finance by PJ.
Don't do it.
Bibles and tea.
She's got Bibles and tea.
Bunnies.
This is not... Bundy is his own individual, but yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Later.